Hello all you TinyQ collectors. So this is the 13th casting of theirs, I believe. Hence it says 13. Or 13th release, maybe not casting, because this is an Isuzu N-Series from 2006, but I think they swap out the rear ends of them. So let's get this guy open and take a look at this guy. Standard TinyQ packaging, which I do enjoy. You can see the product, it's not too big, and it still has this plastic case that you can stack up with other cases, so you can have a whole display of TinyQs, and you don't have to take the pieces apart to get the model out. So this thing snaps there. Oh, maybe I gotta lift it from the front. Yeah. Some accessories here. Let's put this back. What is in here? Looks like a stairwell or stairway to get into the back. Alright, we'll see how that works later. So, just some couple pictures here. You know, I think most of these N-Series are just sold as a chassis like this. Right? I like that this TinyQ has mirrors. Granted, they're not the same mirrors, but I'm sure mirrors like this do exist on this truck. Alright. So, this says, experience the park of 2040. It's some sort of outdoor advertising thing. Design trust. I wouldn't doubt that this is actually a real truck, but I looked up Isuzu N-Series in advertising and nothing came up. But I didn't look up that, so my bad. What is that? Some people's names and stuff. Let me zoom in on that. Is it legible? Some Chinese text. The names are legible. It's as far as I can go in. Hong Kong, graphics and branding. Wendy Wu. Alright. I'm pretty sure these are probably real people. So that's pretty cool. Alright. So the base of this is your standard TinyQ base, although they do cast in the actual vehicle, even though the rest of it looks similar. And then you can steer it. It's a metal base, and that's what allows them to put in this little plastic steering thing. So these are all spring motor vehicles. You know, they'll take off. This one will do wheelies on its own probably. Yeah, because it's so back heavy. But you can steer it so it'll do circles and stuff. But I like the steering because you can just have more dynamic poses, you know. It looks cooler. Alright. I'm not sure how to describe this color. It's grayish something. Brown or purple? There's some other color than gray going on here. I don't know what it is. Alright. But the wheels are pretty cool. They're not like standard stamp steel wheels you'd find on the real truck, but they're pretty cool. I like them. They look like billet alloys. They have 6 lug nuts and then a center cap. Yeah, so that's neat. Then the tires are treaded. The door handle here is this. I don't know if there's a separate black piece of plastic or what, but it's well separated from the color of the door. Whereas this is not. This is just painted silver. I think this might be some turn signals here. And that must be a reflector. The cabin, it is, I can't tell if it's clear or not. It's so dark. I'm not sure if that's opaque or smoked plastic, the windshield. There's a little footstep there. I really like the headlights. You know, you got this clear plastic. You can see like some orange or yellow there. There's a light bulb indication there. There's silver here, black here, and it's nice to see something on the license plate. Unfortunately, there's some extra black gunk here. Maybe that's paint. And there's some molded and raised wiper blades, but no additional color. And then these mirrors, oh great, they're actually kind of flexible. I don't know if they're rubber or not, but there's a good chance that they'll survive a fall, so that's good. I think they have to be, because it's going to probably run into walls if kids actually play with this once the motor takes in, right? Alright. This side looks the same. Let's go on the top here. So a wind blocker here. These things move for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what good that does. Strange, right? Maybe it's for a different casting or a different livery they're thinking about. Look at this blue. This blue I think is transparent. Or is it? No, maybe it's not. It might just be blue on top of this. Alright, how do I open this? Okay. License plate, painted taillights, and it just looks black in there. Yep, just a big box truck. And then what is this? This is a television. And then a staircase. Well, that staircase must go around the outer part. There's a second groove in there, which threw me off. I don't know why there would be a second groove inside, but this thing has to go here, I think. There it goes. Have a tight fit. It might scratch the paint. I'm a little scared of that. So I don't know what you're supposed to do with this. Is it supposed to be inside, or I guess you just have it somewhere else, I guess. I guess it's better than having nothing. You know, it's always good to have more accessories. I do find this odd, you know. If there was printing up here, it would make sense, right? For aerodynamics traveling, but once you set up base, but it doesn't have any sort of printing up there, like a name. So, strange. Oh, look at that. Yeah, the blue is transparent. You can see my finger there. What about this side? But this side is not transparent. It's just painted here. So this is what I'm guessing. I'm guessing they're thinking in the future, they're going to make, like, say, a food truck or something, and this window will be clear or even non-existent, and then they might have some sort of stuff inside there, and then they'll have, like, Jim's Tacos or something up here, you know? This could easily be a food truck, or something else where you would have a side window. Okay, well, I'm just gonna pop that back off. Throw that all in there, and then close this up. That's strange. I think you might have to close the door simultaneously. Or this hinge to go. Oh, I see. I think the hinge popped out. Design Trust Future Studio. Design Trust Future Studio. Okay. I like the details here of the locking mechanism. You know, so that's nice. Maybe that's a backup camera, or no, that's probably a backup camera. So it looks like a pretty modern truck. You know, it's got all the details there. It is funny, this deformation, how it, you know, they're using the stock motor found on their cars, and then they just have all this hanging off the back end. So it's definitely rear-centric, the weight bias, but I guess that leads to good wheelies. Although you might scrape this a lot if it's always doing wheelies. Alright, let's let this thing spin on its own, or, well, we'll get the spinner out. I do have a choro-q I thought I'd show and compare the size, but this choro-q has 3 axles. It's supposed to be like a Peterbilt truck that does movie production, moving equipment or something around. So you'll see this TinyQ is quite a huge vehicle, right? It's a big one. Or I'm going to put this R34 choro-q Skyline here. Now that actually looks right. I mean, scale-wise, it's kind of weird to talk about cartoon cars in scale, but it looks like a realistic scene, you know, a realistic cartoon scene, seeing this car so low compared to a big box truck like that. So I think it works. It's just maybe this is just too small, right? But that is part of his charm, of his cartoonness. Alright. So, an interesting one. I'd be curious what they choose to do in the future if they ever intend to use this box casting again. I know they have this front end on other vehicles, so that's shared amongst other things. And that's fine. I think it's a pretty cool looking front end of this truck here. Alright guys, well, I guess I'll see you the next time around. Thanks for tuning in.